Hello, sports fans, and welcome to Gage Valley Wrestling, coming to you tonight from the Fort Lowell Arena at Fort Lowell, just outside Gage Valley in Gauntlet County. Tonight, we are bringing you a game set in the world of worldwide wrestling, specifically in a shared universe with Gauntlet League Wrestling and Gage Valley Wrestling. Tonight, we're playing as part of the Gauntlet Hangouts, so we will be using the X card. Are you both familiar with what the X card is? Brilliant. So I'll just reinforce it for the audience. The X card is if problematic material comes up, as it can do in games, anyone at any point, either through messaging me or just saying X card or making an X on camera, we'll cut what we're doing, and then if you want to message me with what the problematic content is, although hopefully I'll pick up exactly what it is at that point, we can skirt around it and then move the game on. Anyone can do that, and by all means, if it does come up, please feel free to do so. Okay, we have two people playing tonight. We do have another player joining us later. If you'd like to introduce yourselves and who you're playing.
Hi, I'm Michael, and I am going to be playing as Kodiak, the Hardcore.
Okay, so Michael, can you give us a description of Kodiak? What he's like? Is he a face, a heel? What experience has he had before joining Gauntlet League's developmental territory?
I think Kodiak, his story is that he was raised on the streets, but then he sort of like left the streets to go into the woods, and he was like raised by bears in the woods who became his new family. And now he's back to kind of bring back natural order of things, and like might makes right, and whoever's strong should be the one who's in charge. That's what Kodiak thinks. And bullies who prey on the weak are the true cowards. So he's a face at this time. I think maybe he was recently a heel, but I think that his face turn is something that brought him kind of more into the more popular rosters. So it's he's getting a little bit more time on the mat now, thanks to that.
Brilliant. Okay, so in the past there is a bear character already in Gauntlet League Wrestling. Sorry, not Gauntlet League, Gage Valley Wrestling, by the name of Mama Bear, a giant of a woman, very long brunette hair, absolutely towers over people. Do you have any relation to that character already?
Yeah, I think that Kodiak was brought in as the protege of Mama Bear, who sort of he started off as kind of this wild cub, but now he's trying to kind of make a way as his own fully mature bear.
Brilliant.
Kind of get out of the giant looming shadow of Mama Bear.
Brilliant. Okay, well, in that case, then we'll move on to Kevin. Do you want to tell us something about your character, Kevin?
Sure. I'm Kevin Lovecraft, and I am playing the gimmick of the monster tonight. And my wrestler's name is Tentacular, and he's just a giant of a person. Think of like Jason Momoa sized guy, really pale skin, almost looks like an albino, and no one really knows much about the background of Tentacular, and that's one of the reasons he's kind of popular right now. It's just the whole guessing what he's about. His body is covered in mystical symbol tattoos. People don't know if they're real or if it's like henna or whatever, although it doesn't seem to come off during matches. And then has actual tentacles down the arms and legs, and they're tattooed on the front and back, so it looks So the front is the actual front side of the tank, while the back is the sucker side. And he's known for his finishing move of the life drain, and he claims he's actually sucking the life out of the others that he wrestles. And so he's really into playing up this whole mystical connection.
Brilliant, and we look forward to seeing that in the matches later. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll start with the heat questions. I was hoping Edwin would be here with us tonight to start with. Unfortunately, as I said, Edwin, third player, is currently traveling and he's not back in time to play with us. He will be joining us later, though. So what we'll do is we'll do your 2 heat questions at the moment. And then when Edwin comes in, we'll have him lay out his character. We'll take a break. We'll have him lay out his character and do the heat questions then. And then we can all get back on with the game. So to start with, Michael, would you like to go through your heat questions, please?
Sure. Heat questions. So how many of these do we want to go through? Are we going to look at the non-player wrestlers as options for these 2?
You can, but you ask 1 heat question for each player in the game.
Okay, so I choose my favorite of these to ask Tentacular?
Correct, yes.
Okay. Ooh.
With the proviso that if Tentacular doesn't want that one, then we can have that go to an MPW.
I think I like for Tentacular, who can take everything I can dish out?
I think I'll go with Tentacular on that. It's one of the few of the newer wrestlers here that can actually deal with your hardcore aggressiveness in the ring.
Cool.
Okay, and in addition, Michael, I'm going to give you an additional point of heat with Mama Bear, given your background with her.
Sounds good.
Okay, Kevin, would you like to ask a heat question?
Now, let's see. So, we did that. All right, let's do Who's Terrified of Me Backstage. Because I kind of keep the act up the whole time around everyone.
If Michael doesn't want to take that one, there's an MPW that would be perfect for.
I think that'd be, well, I was going to say, if you have a perfect one, I think it could be an interesting angle where, you know, Kodiak is hardcore, but then in the locker room, he's like, I don't know. I think because he's hardcore, he's probably hardcore in the back as well. Yeah. So who do you got?
Okay, so the general manager of the franchise is someone by the name of Donnie Mueller. He's the rich kid done good. He's also a bit of a snob. So he is he should be on the list of MPW wrestlers as the boss. If you want to actually add a heat to him, please feel free to do so. Would you like to ask another heat question for see if Michael would, if there's one that would link to Michael in any way?
Well, then let's go with who helps me come up with new directions for my character, since Michael's not intimidated, or since Kodiak's not intimidated. Maybe Kodiak is willing to give pointers or suggestions.
Yeah, I think even it could be that, you know, people backstage are giving you ideas about things that would look scary, but Kodiak is giving you ideas that are actually physically dangerous. Yeah. Which makes
that.
Cool.
Okay. So, heat questions done. What we'll do is we'll get into the game itself. So, as I said, tonight's game is at Fort Lowell Air Base, just outside Gage Valley in Gauntlet County. It is Christmas Day. It is the day after the Gage Valley Wrestling Christmas party. A lot of people in the locker room have heavy heads and are trying to avoid loud noises, and quite a few of them have guilty looks on their faces. There's a real despondent feel in the locker room for some reason. While this is a traditional venue and a traditional event that Gage Valley Wrestling puts on each year, this does take people away from their families, and you get the feeling that a lot of people resent being here, even though they're contractually obliged to be there. So we'll open up the first scene in the locker room, and all the wrestlers are being crowded into one very, very cramped locker room. You get the feeling this is actually a changing room. This is a changing room used by the staff of the airbase to actually go and do work in the gym, go training, do team sports and the like. So it's not a very big room, and everyone's getting crowded in. You've got Mama Bear at the back, who's having to duck because she's just so tall, and every time she tries to move, she's banging her head into the low-hanging lights, and she's obviously had one too many the night before. So everyone's crowded in. There's at the front of the people actually trying to find somewhere to sit. There's a man with very pale skin and very bright red hair, wearing green leotards and a green waistcoat. Oh, my head. To be sure, it's... Why are we here again? Why are we... Has anyone got a drink? This is Mickey Finnegan. He was the belt holder for a while, but it's well known that he had something of a drinking problem. And the scuttlebutt in the locker room is that the drinking problem has actually resulted in the belt being stripped off him on at least more than one occasion. Oh, where's my bag? He zips open the bag, takes out a small bottle of whiskey, and here are the dog. Would anyone like some?
I'd rather stay focused on the match ahead. I don't want anybody to be wrestling with me to be not having their wits about them. They could get hurt.
Oh, don't worry about it, boyo. Don't worry about it. I mean, I've been doing this for years, I have. I've never hurt anyone seriously yet.
I'm not worried about getting hurt. I'm worried about hurting you.
You couldn't, boyo. Trust me, I'm invulnerable. I'm absolutely invulnerable. He stands up and goes to beat his chest, and he's a little bit lightheaded. Oh, can we turn down the lights or something, please? Everyone's just avoiding looking at him. There's a murmur going through the rest of the locker room, and the door at the far end opens, and there in his smart business suit, very well tailored, although looks to be made from not exactly the best fabric. Hands on these lapels, walks in Donnie Mueller. He's wearing a really smart business suit, but his hair's actually spiked up. He's quite a young kid. He's only around about 25, 30. Far too young to be running a large project like this. It's not helped by the fact that he's got really high, bright Ray-Bans on. Clashes entirely with the rest of his outfit. Okay. Well, can we have this place to order, please? Can you quieten down, guys? Thank you. Okay, well, we all know why we're here. Once a year, we come here and put on a show for the fine airmen and women of this base. And thank you all for volunteering tonight. There's a huge grumble as the word volunteering comes up, because no one's here by choice. So tonight we're going to do a pretty standard show. But opening up, we're going to have a special segment. It is Christmas after all. And We're going to play on that. As a result of this, I have a present. He pulls out a Santa sack and reaches into it. He pulls out... It's wrapped in Christmas paper. He looks around and goes, eeny, meeny, miny. Here you go. And he throws it to Kodiak.
Merry Christmas to me. Is it paid time off?
Is it coal?
No. Open it up and have a look.
Don't you think I've made it on the nice list? Tentacular. I'll open up the lid.
Okay, you open it up, and it's a Santa suit.
You gotta be freaking kidding me.
Nope. Congratulations, you drew the short straw.
Ho, ho, ho.
Look.
Well, go get changed. You're on first.
Can't wait to tug your beard, Santa.
Hold on, Mueller. What's the plan here? You want me to go on as Jolly Red Giant and kick some elfin butt? What are you expecting here?
Well, I'm expecting you to go out there and do your best Santa Claus impression. And we should see some real cheap heat when the heel comes out and boo-hum-ha's that.
I don't know. I think Mama Bear might have a better frame for this.
I asked for a Santa Claus, not a Mrs. Claus.
No offense, madam.
She just grunts and goes to say something and bangs her head against the light again. Oh, Jesus Christ! Oh, no, I'm not wearing that. You've got me in some stupid outfits over the years. I'm not wearing that.
Well, Merry Christmas to all. And you know the rest. I'm going to shuffle off to my locker.
Okay, so we'll cut there. And from backstage, we will go and actually have a front stage session. So, like to... Actually, no, sorry. One thing before people leave. As everyone gets up to leave, Donnie goes out the door. And John Ranger Smith, dressed in marine fatigues. He's got his blue bonnet hat on and stands up. He closes the door behind Donnie. Right. We're here to entertain the troops tonight. Don't go insulting them. I served. You put a foot out of line and insult these good people, I'll be coming for you. Careful what you say. Careful what you do. And you, he points to Redcoat Rains, the Englishman, sitting at the back. If you say a damn thing about the country tonight, I'm going to whip your ass. Sir, I had no plans to. But now that you've given me such a brilliant idea, thank you very much.
So are we to assume he's an American Marine because he said ass instead of arse? Is that the idea?
Yes, he's in. This is based in Gauntlet City in America, so he's in American Marines. Ironically, Redcoat Rains is wearing a traditional Marine uniform from the 1700s. So except the arms have been torn off, so he's there in a frock coat. He's got the little tricorn on. He's very, yes, I am the foreigner here to tell you just how wrong you are.
Right.
And it is
you Americans.
He's going to call it the colonies, isn't he? All right, cool. I get it now.
So we cut to front stage. House lights go out. Tallulah Dixie, who's the promotions interviewer, stands up. She's a beautiful Southern belle. She has flowing blonde locks, and she's there in a she's actually there in a Mrs. Claus outfit. And she picks up the microphone and, would you please all stand for the national anthem? So She sings beautifully, absolutely beautifully, the national anthem. The lights, the spotlight on it drops down, and the projector turns on. And we'll take it in turns. Each of you now get to cut a promo for tonight if you wish to. So we will start with Kevin.
All right. So, background of a bit of mist and smoke with some purple lights lighting it, and he's being lit from below by the purple light. Leans in tight to the camera. Tonight, I'm going to make sure Christmas doesn't come to this town. That's right. The forces of darkness are going to rise. New pagan holiday has been declared for this match.
Okay, as you're not referencing anyone in this, would you like to roll work the audience with luck, please? Sorry about that.
That's all right. That's a 4.
Okay, so work the audience. Unfortunately, it's a botch. What that means, it means that the audience isn't really feeling it, and unfortunately, you can't work the audience again for the rest of the night. So everyone's looking at it, and the airmen and women sitting around on the base are just looking confused. They're not really sure what to make of it. Pagan holiday? Surely Christmas is a Christian holiday? Does he mean Hanukkah? What? Kwanzaa? I don't know. Okay. So the lights flicker, and the next promo comes up, and there's a darkly lit. This is an MPW doing it. There's a darkly lit room in the back. This has obviously been filmed on the airbase on a set that's been set up really quickly. There's lots of flashing lights and little strobes going off, and you see a man coming in, hunched over on one shoulder. Yeah, Professor, I've got what you wanted. And he comes in and he throws a sack onto the table, and you see a hunting rifle falls out of it, and into frame walks a man, bright white hair all over the place, bright white lab coat. Oh, you found it! Oh, brilliant! Oh, we'll be able to get him this year. Oh, yes, we'll be able to catch him this year. Oh, or my name isn't Professor Chaos. And it cuts. And if you would like to actually do your promo now, Michael.
So it's another sort of darkly lit room. You see the back of like a big red overstuffed chair. There's a spotlight over the chair. And you see from behind that there's someone sitting there in a Santa suit. He's got this big scroll of paper. And as you're looking through, it's a list of names. And there's a gloved hand going down the list. And you see the different names of the wrestlers. And those who are faces have nice, and those who are heels have naughty. And it kind of goes down to the finger kind of plants on one name in particular. I don't really know what name here was most appropriate, so I'll leave that up to you.
Okay.
Who do you think would be like? So, like, when you cut a promo, do you ever like call out a wrestler in particular?
If you call out a wrestler, it allows you to have the option of actually booking a match against them, or setting up or gaining heat with them.
So I think it's going to be Tentacular then.
Okay, brilliant.
And he sees that, and he kind of crushes the paper in his hands, and he knocks the chair over, and he spins around, and it's Kodiak, and he has the Santa suit on. He says, "I checked it twice." And cut.
Brilliant. Would you like to roll cut a promo, please? That's with luck.
I believe my luck is 0. Oh, look. Yeah, so that's still 0. 6.
Okay.
Not quite enough.
Okay, the crowd again are looking. He checked it twice. Does that mean he's going to get delivered cold to him later? Is he going to steal his presents? What's going on here? And as the lights come up, the crowd are just. These are airmen who've literally just airmen and women that have literally been marched in here and told you will sit here and enjoy this. So the crowd is a cold crowd to begin with, and it looks like a lot of them don't understand wrestling. They don't understand the story aspect of it, and as we cut to that, Kodiak's entrance music goes off.
So Kodiak's normal entrance starts with a big old bear roar, but he has these fake trees that they shake, and he sort of like busts through them. But since it's Christmas, there's these 2 Christmas trees that they have out, and they kind of shake them when the bear roar. And then Kodiak jumps out in his Santa suit, kind of beats on his chest. It's just the robe, it's open, so it's exposing his bare chest, and he has these like brown tight leather pants on. And I think he has a signature bear pelt with like the bear's head and teeth there, but the bear pelt is wearing the Santa hat. So that's his entrance into the ring.
Okay, so as he makes his way down to the ring, there's a flash of light, and Professor Chaos and his his assistant Igorovich, come up to the actual entrance ramp. The professor grabs the microphone. Oh, I see him. Oh, I've wanted to grab a Santa for years. They keep on getting away from me. Oh, I'll get one this time. Oh, yes, indeed. Pass me the gun. Igorovich hands him a rifle and takes out what appears to be a dart and loads it. And the professor starts sneaking down towards the ring. He's basically going down very, very, very slowly, trying to sneak up on you.
So I think he's still sort of, kind of trying to pump the crowd up. He's waving his arms at them, giving a good ho, 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 pointing at a certain guy. But that's when Kodiak's street instincts kick in. Once in the streets, always in the streets. They never leave you. He feels that there's a gun nearby, and he's like, gun violence is exactly why I left those streets. You're not going to take me down with a gun. He kind of like dives behind the ring.
Okay, so the professor pulls the trigger, and the air rifle goes, and the dart actually embeds itself into one of the turnbuckles.
Nice. What?
Oh! I missed! Oh! He's coming for me! He's coming for me!
Dart gun.
He's coming for me! Quick, Igorovich, save me! And the professor turns around and runs all the way up the ramp, and Igorovich
gonna need
runs
a bigger
towards the ring.
tranquilizer for a bear.
And we'll start a match between you and Igorovich.
Nice.
He is effectively Igor. So,
Okay.
yes, master. So he'll clamber into the ring, and the bell will go ding, ding, ding.
Nice. So I'm gonna pick up that discarded rifle. And I'm gonna break it against the turnbuckle.
Okay. Would you roll a feat? Would you roll a feat of strength for that, please?
Oh, sure. What is that rolled with?
That is feat of strength rolled with power.
I thought let's try this again. 5 plus power. That's a 4.
Okay. You pick up the gun. You strike it against the ground once. Strike it against the ground twice. Strike it the third time. There's a and there's a dart sticking in your chest. Can you mark an injury, please?
Yeah. Ooh. Feeling a little woozy.
At this point, because you did a feat of strength move, control passes to the MPW. Igorovich will run up behind you, and he'll basically clamber on your shoulders, wrap his legs around, and he starts beating your back. Bang, 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 bang. It's not having any actual proper effect. Yeah. And I'll pass control to you again at this point.
I'm just feeling woozy. I'm like, what was in that dart? Oh my goodness. I think they may have really loaded those things. I'm feeling dizzy, and I think I'm just going to kind of like fall over with Igor on my back and kind of land on him.
Okay. So can you roll a wrestling move then with work?
Work it up. Work. Okay. 7.
Okay. At this point, you can either keep the control, or you can cede control to your opponent and gain a momentum.
I think I'm gonna take control here. So I fall down on my back and kind of crush him. That gives me a moment to kind of get up and shake my head.
Oh, that hurts so much.
Get my wits about me. I say, Igor, you're nothing but a fool, chasing around that Dr. Chaos. He's a maniac. He's trying to take down Santa. You gonna be party to that? You gonna be an accomplice? Trying to take down Santa Claus? I'll give you one chance to change your mind.
But the master said that Santa has to be caught.
Time to grow up, Igor. I'm just gonna give him a nice kick.
Okay. Again, can you roll work, please?
Yes.
Press the move for work.
Oh no, that's a 3.
Okay. Well,
I'm not
Igor,
a very good wrestler.
no, the hardcore tends to do most things around a reel and getting quite aggro. So Igorovich, being that he's slumped over and he's hunched back, you go to kick him, but your kick's a little bit high, and he catches your leg and pushes up. So can you lose one momentum, and Igorovich will pick it up?
Sure. Do we have a momentum tracker here that I'm missing?
We don't, unfortunately.
Okay. Because I didn't have any before, so am I at -1?
I tend to use... So you do actually start with... All of you both start with 1 momentum each. Because you both start on audience 1. Sorry, I should have said... yeah.
So we're back to 0 then. Okay.
Yes. So Igorovich has you on the floor, and he'll come over to you, and he'll flip you over and sit on your back, and he's basically bending down. He's trying to get you into the camel clutch. He levers back, and everyone starts booing him. Boo! Boo! How dare you do that to Santa?
Okay.
He's there. He's doing it. He's trying to make you tap, but you're just too darn strong, too darn powerful. You push, and control the seat back to you.
Okay, yeah. So I bring my leg back down to the ground. I think I have to start being hardcore here if I'm going to have any success. So I'm going to pick him up, and I kind of get him in a headlock, right? Kind of show him off to the crowd, take a nice little circle, and then I'm going to like just punch him right in or do like a hammer blow right on the top of his head.
There's a loud crack as the fist comes down. It echoes through the room because the room's so quiet at the moment because the crowd have only just started to get a little bit of heat. He squeals, "No, no, not my face! My face is the only thing I have left. I'm just too pretty." Sorry about this.
Not much you can do to avoid that.
He's bringing his hands up to try and stop you striking down. He's covering his face, and
you're nothing but trash, Igorovich. You're not even worth it. I'm gonna just try to like toss him out of the ring if I can.
Okay. Actually, for the move, are you actually trying to injure him, or are you trying to make it look good? Are you basically doing hardcore violence?
So I think normally that's something that Kodiak would do, is like try to throw him into something and break it. But I think since he's a face right now, he feels bad about like with this whole not the face, like that's not a really good look for a face to do. So I'm just I kind of like just try to throw him out of the ring, not hurt him though.
Okay.
So ads or something like that, I think, yeah.
Okay. In which case, then, can you roll your wrestling move for work, please?
Yes. Okay, that's an 8.
Okay. So again, you can either pass control to your opponent and gain 1 momentum, or you can retain control.
I'll give it back to him now. I want some more momentum.
Okay. So he's on the ground. He's squealing, "No, no!" And he goes and clambers under the ring. He pops out the other side, looks around, and as you're looking down over the railings to see where he's gone, he clambers in and he comes up, and he basically runs at you and elbow charges the back of your knee.
Ah! Should have known your little vermin would be scurrying around.
"I have you now. I have you now." He comes up and as you're going down to your knees, he grabs you around the waist, and he levers you back into a belly-to-back suplex. Bang! Oh, this is good. Oh, I wanted to do this for ages. He runs over to the turnbuckle. He starts climbing the turnbuckle, trying to get up to the top rope, and at which point control will pass back to you.
So I think I'm just sort of like on the ground, like writhing. I turn over onto my back so I can kind of face him. My plan is that when he jumps on me, I'm going to take the blow, but then I'm going to kind of hold him, and can I bring my finishing move in at any time? I don't really know how that works.
Basically, when the match gets to the point where a winner would come up, or where it's narratively correct for a winner to come up, I can choose who wins the match.
Right, because Kodiak's finishing move is this bear hug.
Okay,
so
well,
I think
you are down to win the match.
Cool.
So
okay.
It seems like a good time to do it. So by all means, yes.
Okay, so I'm just gonna take his blow before bringing it in for the Kodiak bear hug.
He gets to the top of the ropes. He's going, yes, yes, yes. and he throws himself off the top of the ropes. Yeah, do you know what a swanton bomb is?
Tell me more.
It's basically where you're on top of the ropes and you throw yourself over so that you actually spin over in flight and you land with your back. Well, land with your back onto their chest,
Right.
or so he's doing this with the hunchback actually coming down.
Ugh, I think it's harder than I expected.
You know it's not a real one. It's only a prosthetic. So part of the reason he's doing this is because it's extra padding.
Mm. So yeah, I let him come down, and that rubber was a little bit harder than I remembered last time. I should probably brace myself a bit more for that, but I take that, without rolling out of the way or anything like that. And then that's when you see my arms. I was kind of moving a little bit like slowly, but then they come together like a vice, and I've got him in the bear hug.
Okay,
you're tap out.
You're swinging him around. He's going, ah! No, put me down. No, that's it. And when he's tapping, he's actually tapping the punch. No, let me go. And can you roll your finisher, please?
Indeed. Now, is this with any sort of bonus or anything like that?
This is a straight roll.
Well, that is a 10 even.
Okay, so what does a 10 on your finisher actually do?
You hit your finisher clean or bloody. Choose whether you or your opponent gains +1 audience.
Okay. So would you like to gain an audience, or would you like Igorovich to gain an audience?
I kind of want the audience.
Okay. So as he's tapping, the bell goes ding, 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 ding. And the lights come up, and Professor Chaos comes to the top of the ramp, and he has a microphone. Oh, you! Leave off my bagman! He's not yours! Let go of him! Typical Santa, taking presents that are supposed to be mine!
The only one here who would be missing out on presents are all the children of these brave servants of their country. If you were to take Santa away, you're nothing but a selfish loser.
Oh, no, hardly. I've hunted some of the biggest game in the world. In the world, I tell you. And I've hunted lions. I've hunted tigers. I've hunted kangaroos. I've hunted koalas even. Koalas! Deadly koalas! They have big claws. Oh, it still gives me nightmares. There is one bear I haven't managed to catch yet, though. Thinking about it. Oh, yes, you would look very nice on my wall. Very, very nice. Stuffed and mounted.
If you thought a koala bear was going to give you nightmares, just wait till the dreams that a grizzly bear will give you.
Ew. What sort of dreams? I personally like the ones with the the fluffy snowflakes and the girls with the no, I can't mention that here. No. But this isn't the last you've seen of us. This isn't the last.
I'll give you a taste of what dreams may come for you. And I'll throw Ikorovich on the ground, and I'll grab his arm, and I'll kind of twist it back behind his back, and I'm going to lift it up like I'm going to break it.
Oh, don't. That's the hand he makes my tea with.
Wow. I'll give you a choice then. I'll break his arm, or you come in here and I'll break yours. Somebody's leaving this ring tonight broken, and it's not going to be Santa Claus.
Okay, just let me get something. And he wanders off stage.
And I'll kind of kick Agorovich off, scamper along after him.
Okay, so we will cut to the locker room. As you come through in the gorilla position, Chaos is there and goes, "Yeah, well, that went well, didn't it?" Michael, this is still with you.
Oh, okay. We're back.
Yeah, so the gorilla position is the one just behind the curtain, named after Gorilla Monsoon, where he used to stand when matches were on.
Yeah. You're lucky Gorovich didn't end up with a broken arm.
Yeah, well, happens. Still a good match, though. Got the crowd started a bit. You warm them up.
Yeah, it's pretty cold out there, though.
Yeah, I know. Let's hope Tentacular can get them a bit hotter. You want a drink? He passes you a cup of tea.
Tea. I'm more of a coffee guy. I don't know.
Oh, never got the taste of it myself. Anyway, let's get ready. We're on again later.
Now hold on. Is that peppermint?
Oh, yes. Yes, it is. Would you like some?
Well, I have been roaring off a lot. It's kind of getting my vocal cords a little jacked up. I mean,
so come back to the locker room then. So as you wander back to the main locker room, you go past one of the doors and you can hear crying inside. It sounds like a woman crying.
Oh, hold on a moment. Hold on a moment there. Go ahead and get it stirred up for me. I'm gonna
okay.
Okay. To that scene.
Okay, you can see someone that's dressed like a knockoff Harley Quinn. She has white face paint on, and you can actually see that it's run where and the mascara's run where she's been crying.
Hey, what's going on?
Oh, Kodiak, please no, not now, not now. She stands up. I just need some time alone, and she tries to push you out of the door.
Look, I know all of the benefits of taking some time alone. I spent 8 years out in the forest all by myself. But, sure, everything's going all right?
It's fine. Please, I need to redo my makeup. Please, just... And she basically pushes you back and closes the door.
I turn around and I walk out and I stick a foot in the door. And I say, look, if you ever need somebody to talk to, you can count on Kodiak. Not much of a talker, but I'm a good listener.
Thank you.
I'll take my foot out.
And she closes the door. That was Joe Carr. As in Joe Carr. She's the manager of one of the tag teams in the division called the Dead Man's Hand. Two big black cowboys called Ace and Eight.
And they're all heels, right?
Yes.
I think maybe we could say that Kodiak sort of had some history with them before he turned back to being a face.
Okay. Now we'll move over to Kevin. So Kevin's backstage. Sorry, Tentacular's backstage, and there's a knock on the dressing room door. That's not been happening for the rest of the night. Everyone's just been wandering in and out, but there's a on the door.
Yeah. Get
Uh,
up and kind of walk over to the door and pull it open.
As you open the door, Donnie Mooler's there, and he jumps back. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not disturbing you, am I?
And you can see the body posture of Tentacular go more straight and kind of looming over Donnie because he's sensed Donnie's intimidation. And so, what do you want, Donnie?
We've got a match between you and Mickey.
Ugh. I hope I don't get drunk off the whiskey fumes.
He's not that bad. Sorry, he's not that bad. Seriously, he's not that bad at all. He's hot. He's one of our former champions. People love him. He's the only reason that we got the Guinness sponsorship.
Well, see if we can give you another reason for a sponsorship here in this match.
Please, just take him through the match, please. He's been hitting the bottle a bit hard. Are you okay to do that? Please don't.
Okay, so out of character, am I supposed to let Mickey win? Then is that what he's saying to me?
No, he's asking you to prevent him, asking you to help Mickey not get hurt.
Ah, okay, I read that. Yeah, I can carry you guys. I can do that. But don't you forget it, Donnie. You owe me. You owe me. I want a shot at that contract to get out of here.
Trust me. I pay my debts. I'm like a Stark. I always pay my debts. Oh no, that's not right, is it? No, I'm like a Tyrell. I really have to watch more TV.
That stuff just rots your brain, Donnie, and you don't have much to work with anyway. Maybe read a book.
Okay. You're on next?
I'm just going to muscle right past him, so he has to go up against the wall to let me past.
Okay, he basically pushes himself as far into the wall as he can as you go past. And as you go around the corner, there's a loud, expansive... Oh, I need new pants.
And you kind of hear a self-satisfied chuckle out of Tentacular. He gets off on intimidating Donnie.
Okay. So, for your match, Mickey goes to the ring first. So he's heading down to the ring. He goes up to the top of the entrance ramp. He's there with his bottle of whiskey, which is only supposed to be coloured water. It's the same bottle he was drinking earlier, though. He opens it up and sprays it over the audience, and these servicemen are just, what are you doing? Seriously. And he throws the glass down, smashes it on the floor, and starts making his way to the ring. He's swaying a little bit. And he pulls himself up onto the apron, rolls into the ring, and goes to the corner, and he's just, yeah, I'm great. I'm great. You love me. Go on. Sing along. And he is well and truly wasted.
All right. Tentacular is going to do his entrance to try to distract from Mickey up there, so that we don't get in trouble for having an obviously inebriated person in the ring, and to get the servicemen to be thinking about something else maybe. So you got that cloud of smoke and the blue light or purple lights lighting up the smoke, and Tentacular comes walking through that while there's this sound of like ocean and stuff, and pulls off the purple robe, and you can see the tattoos, and turns around and flexes where you can see like some lines and diagrams from the Necronomicon. And you see him look up and point down at Mickey goes, "Coming for you."
Mickey's leaning over the ring ropes. He's going, "Come and get me! Come and get me!" And you can see he's obviously on the point that he's about to stumble over the ropes. Come on, come on! And he slips, and he falls out of the ring.
All right, Tentacular makes his way down very deliberately, but at a pretty good clip, because he doesn't want to give the audience too much time to watch Mickey flailing about on the floor. And he just picks him up like a deadlift and just shoves him into the ring. Goes, "You're not getting away from me that easy, Mickey. You got to get out of this ring through me."
Okay,
And then climbs in.
We're going to start the match then, right there. You start with control. And would you like to roll a feat of strength move to deadlift him up into the ring?
Yep. See, 7 + 2 is 9.
Okay, so with feat of strength, I really need to get these printed the right way around. With the 9, you gain 1 momentum, and
they get to pick one.
Yes. He lands with a crunch. You can see the pocket on his waistcoat. There seems to be a dark stain.
Does it smell like whiskey or does it look like blood?
It smells like vodka.
Ah, vodka. Gonna lean down into him, kind of like grabbing hold of his arm and shoulder, like I'm gonna do an arm bar on him or something, maybe, and go and kind of whisper, like, since when are you rushing? Then pick him up and rush him towards a turnbuckle to throw him into the turnbuckle.
Okay. He'll go and basically land in the turnbuckle, slide down to the on the top one. He slides down, so he's actually sitting in the corner. He's propped up on the second turnbuckle.
I'm gonna turn around to the audience, and I know I can't play them. Well, so I've got 2 momentum. What can I do with that momentum?
There's a few different things you can do. You have something called face moves and heel moves.
Yep, and since I'm a heel, right?
Yes, a heel. Just trying to find where they are.
So gain 1 heat, win a match, leave someone helplessly lying on the floor, or get out of a match you've been booked in. Nope, those don't seem appropriate.
You can also use momentum on 1-to-1 to increase your rolls.
Ah, gotcha.
One incredibly useful thing for them is when you come to your finisher move, you don't add any of your stats to it. So
gotcha.
Common use of momentum in a match is to build up momentum and then use the momentum to actually hit a good finisher.
Perfect. Then I'm going to hold on to those for right now. I still have control.
You still have control.
When you spend momentum, can you do it after a roll?
Yes. Yes.
Cool.
Definitely.
So leverage. I don't know where that came from. Tentacular backs up to the opposite turnbuckle on the other side, looks out the audience, and does a big flex, and turns around to show off all the mystical symbols again, and then just goes charging across the ring like he's going to just smash into Mickey.
Okay. Mickey's sitting there. He looks like he's trying to get to move. He tries to get up. His hands slip off the ropes, and he's right back down. And you hit him full force.
Right. I'm going to try to pull so I don't injure him permanently or significantly. So I don't know if that's a move or a work move then.
No,
to avoid injuring him.
In order to injure him, normally the option would be to deliberately injure him.
Ah, okay.
There are some moves that if they go wrong, they can actually cause injuries as well. So if you just roll your wrestling move for work, please. I'm sorry, there is something I totally forgot. And the first match, I do apologize for this, Kevin. Michael, would you actually like to do commentary for the match?
Sure, I can join in. This is as just a commentator.
Just as a commentator on the side. This has been done for an internet audience. All the pay-per-views and all the house shows don't actually have a TV deal, so they're just being streamed online.
Yeah, Mickey Finnegan, they say he's taking his licks. He's pretty invulnerable. But if anybody's going to crack that nut, it's going to be Tentacular. Going to have to see.
All right. So I rolled a 6, so that's a botch.
Okay. Do you want to spend any of your momentum to actually add to that?
Yeah, I will spend 1 to make it a successful, well, semi-successful move.
Okay. Would you like to gain a momentum and pass control to Mickey, or would you actually like to keep a control?
I'll give control to Mickey.
Okay. So you come in, you hit Mickey, he bounces back into the turnbuckle. He falls down to the ring, rolls under the ropes, and he's wandering around outside. He goes over to the side and slips back into the ring. He's up there. He's got his fists up. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this then. Come on. And he comes in and he's bang, 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 bang. He's very much a brawler, a bare knuckle boxer style. He's striking you in the ribs. He's coming up, hook, uppercut. He's trying to force you back. He forces you back into the ropes, and he goes, ha! And he runs to the other ropes himself, bounces off, and he's running towards you. And he jumps up into the air to do a flying forearm. And while he's in the air, we'll actually pass control back to you.
All right. So I'm going to try to duck from under that and let him hit the turnbuckle, and then drop on him to see if I can pin him.
Okay. So can you roll your work then, please?
Mickey's classic drunken boxing.
That's another
fundamentals, but we'll see if he can, if he can leave a dent on that monster.
So that's another 6. So I'm just going to leave that be a botch.
Okay. So he comes to do a flying forearm, you duck, and he goes bang straight into the turnbuckle. As he comes back up, his bright red hair, and there's some more red actually coming down from where he struck the turnbuckle. As a thin trail of blood comes down his head.
I think Mickey might be the most dangerous opponent Mickey's faced.
And I'm going to go in and grab him, and I'm whispering in his ear like, dude, are you all right?
I'm fine. I've never felt better. Come on, we've got a match to do.
Right,
I'm winning this one.
I just squeeze him hard and turn and fall with him to kind of maybe not a pile driver, but I'm falling and landing on him with all my weight.
Okay, so you're doing a slam. In which case, can you roll power for this, please?
I'd be delighted to roll with power because I actually have that. That's a 10.
Okay, so the move hits big. At this point, you can choose either gain 2 momentum or gain 1 heat with your opponent.
I'll take the 2 momentum.
Okay. So Mickey's down on the floor. Yeah, you've still got control.
And then I think I want to go into my finishing move here.
You are booked to win this.
Yep.
The booking originally was going to be for Mickey, but given how he's acting, they've pulled that backstage, and you can see the ref getting the call through his earpiece. So yes, by all means, do you want to describe your finisher?
Yeah, so it's called the power drain, and it's basically I just wrap arms and legs around, and it's almost like a bear hug, except I'm doing it with the whole body. And just like it looks like I'm trying to crush the person while their shoulders are pinned down to the mat.
Okay. So you wrap your arms around Mickey. You start to do the finishing move. He's no selling it. He's raging back and forth. He's trying to get out. He's fighting. He's pulling your hands. He doesn't seem to have twigged what's supposed to be happening here.
I think this would be cool if Kodiak shows up. He's got his hands now on the ropes, and he says, "Tentacular, I know we've got beef, but this guy is a disgrace to Gage Valley Wrestling. I think you need to teach him a lesson. A lesson he's not going to forget."
And you see Tentacular look over and just nod once and look down at Mickey and go, "Sorry, man."
Okay. So can you work stiff then, please, if you're trying to injure him?
Yeah, what was the stat?
That's real.
Real. Oh boy, that's where I'm not good. So that's 7 minus 2. That's a 5.
Okay. So while you're putting the choke on, you're tightening up and just trying to find out where working stiff is. I really need to get a better sheet for this. Okay. As you're squeezing tighter and tighter, you feel something twinge in your shoulder. Can you mark an injury, please?
Yeah. And you see Tentacular go, pull his arm off and grab his right shoulder and break away from Mickey, get up trying to work the shoulder out.
Mickey stands up. He comes at you and goes, and then just collapses in the middle of the ring. The ref looks at you, looks at Mickey, looks at you, looks at Mickey.
I'll just do the flop on him, let him do his count out.
1, 2, 3. Ding, 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 ding. And can you roll your finishing move, please?
Okay. Let's see, that's a 10. So
okay, so what's your finisher on a 10?
Let's see. I'm trying to find my character sheet here. All right, so the finishing move. Let's see. When you're booked to win the match, let's see. 10 plus, you hit the finisher clean. So that's all it says to that. So
okay, so it should say.
I'm gonna simulate. Oh, go ahead.
It should say a little bit further down what the actual result of that is.
Oh, game +1 audience. I missed that.
Okay, so increase your audience by 1.
Then I'm just gonna stand up kind of disgustedly and tow him over face up and drag him out of the ring by his feet, shaking my head.
Okay, so paramedics run down and they've got a stretcher. Donnie's at the head of them, and he comes up. He looks at Mickey, looks at you. I want him on the. Please, can I? Sorry, I'm forgetting the accent. Please, I want him on that. He should be on that stretcher. Let go of him, please. Please.
Let go.
You let go. The paramedics come in. They roll him in onto the stretcher. They pop it up, and they roll it straight up the ring and up the ramp and into the backstage area.
Kodiak just has his arms over his chest, just shaking his head.
Yeah, Tentacular's just going to walk over there and go, this is so messed up. And then turn around and walk out.
Okay. And at that point, I think we'll take a 10-minute break if folk are okay.
Sounds good.
Okay. Be back in 10 minutes then.
All right, cool. Thanks.
I'd just like to point out, unlike Mickey, I'm actually drinking ginger beer. So
I've got root beer, so.
okay. Well, it doesn't look like Edwin's going to be joining us tonight, unfortunately. He's still not logged in, so we'll go on and do the rest of the session without him. So you both get backstage, and as you come around the corner, you can hear Donnie screaming at Mickey. What you think you're doing, boy? What you think you're doing? You showing us up? We giving you chance after chance after chance after chance. This is one of our biggest shows of the year. Do you think we're going to be invited back again to do this after what you just pulled? Well, do you? And you can just hear it snoring coming from Irish snoring coming from the other side of that conversation. Are you listening to me, boy? Are you listening to me? Don't give me no lip. If you give me lip, you're out of here. That's right. You lay there. You lay there and take it. Right. Right. He steps back out. He steps out into the corridor. Right. We need to pull a. Oh, Jesus Christ. I know it's your birthday, but why do you try me so much? Are you two okay to go back out again?
I don't know. I took a flying rubber stamp from Igorovich, and Tentacular just pulled a shoulder muscle there.
Mickey was supposed to do a spot after this. We need to fill time in the schedule.
Look over at Kodiak and go, think if you can sweeten the pot for us, we could work our way through it.
Okay. We'll give you a $200 bonus if you do this.
All right with you, Kodiak?
I could buy a lot of Ben Gay with $200.
Right. Let me get myself. Okay. You two stay here. It's going to be a tag team. You two against the dead man's hand. Give me a moment. I'm going to go out and announce it. He stops. He adjusts his tie. He sees a big splodge of something on his suit. Finnegan. Oh, Finnegan. What are we going to do with you? And as he steps up to the curtains, he steps out. While he's out announcing the match, you see the dead man's hand with these two great big black cowboys step up. They look like something out of a 80s exploitation, early 90s bounty hunter film or something. They've got long hair, they've got the black cowboy hats, they've got the leather waistcoats, the chaps with the frills on the side, the big cowboy boots. They also have skull face paint on over their faces.
I look over at Kodiak and go, are you ready to deal with these juggalos?
Yeah. Just a minute.
You also notice that something doesn't seem quite right. These two are normally quite boisterous and quite happy, and they're real good people around the locker room. And they're not talking to each other at all. Around the corner comes the manager, Joker. She wanders in, and when she sees them, she stops. She looks at one of them, looks at the other. And Ace, the smaller of the two, stops, looks at her, and distinctly looks away.
You deal with those two wild cards. I'm going to go see if I can figure out what's going on. I'm going to talk to Joker.
Okay. Joker stops, and she heads right back around the corner, leans against the wall, and you can hear her sobbing again.
I was going to leave you alone, Joker. But now, I'm going to be in the tag team with those guys. I'm going to be in the ring with them. So now, I'm making it my business. What the heck's going on?
Ace and I have been seeing each other for a few months now.
Oh, boy.
We were out drinking at the party last night.
Mm-hmm.
And so was Ace, and I got so drunk I couldn't recognize which was which.
Oh, dear. Don't tell me.
No, it was only a kiss, but Ace walked in on us. It was only a kiss. That's all it was. It was just a simple kiss. It's not my fault that they're twin brothers.
If you can't tell those cards apart, I don't want to be your spades partner.
This isn't funny. This isn't a joking matter.
All right, look. We got to make this match work. All right? And if you can't settle things with them, there's going to be no chemistry, no energy. It's going to be a flop. You need to work this out. And for God's sake, it's Christmas.
I know. She stands up, and she's only diminutive. She's only about 5'4", and these two giant cowboys. And she walks around the corner, and as she walks up to Ace is distinctly looking away. Jacob, we need to talk. Do we? Yes, we do. You did all your talking last night. We haven't got time for this now. But I love you. We don't have time for this now. And at that point, you two are announced.
Oh, jeez. Do you have any parting words, Tentacular?
Tentacular just pretty much just takes this all in silently and goes, "Oh man, this is gonna be messed up." So, player to player, though, Michael, I really want to hear you whispering relationship advice to whoever you're wrestling out there.
Yeah. So Ace is the.
There's two of them. Ace is the big monstrous one. Ace is the shorter one. So,
but Joker's boyfriend is Ace.
That's right. Yes.
Okay, so Ace is who she mistook him for.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. Well, it's a pretty messed up situation, but that's the nature of the job. So at least we've got our wits about us.
Yeah. Trying to work out that kink in my shoulder still. Well, I guess we get out there and do our best.
Holiday pay.
Booyah. Hold my hand up for a high five. Then kind of give up. Put my hand down.
Okay. So which of you is going out first?
I mean, it'll probably be... It's going to be Santa Claus.
You don't have to wear the Santa Claus suit if you don't want to. It was only for that first segment.
Oh, okay.
I think it should be a tearaway Santa Claus suit, and you can rip it off when you walk out into the ring.
If you do that, you will qualify for cheap heat.
I'm gonna do that. But the song that's playing as I come out, it's like a rocked up version of Santa Claus is Coming to Town. So it's like, you better watch out, you better not grab. So he comes out, and then the part where it's like Santa Claus, it's like when the a little bit of cheap fireworks come out, and out comes Kodiak and claw the super part. Yeah.
By all means, take your point of momentum for a cheap heat there.
Gotcha. Cool.
Okay, so then it's over to Tentacular. What's Tentacular's essence for this one?
I think Tentacular is gonna come up there and just, boy, I'm trying to think how I want to do this after the rock and roll Santa coming out. Everything feels anticlimactic. I'm gonna come out there. Yeah, it stops. Santa's big helper's here now. Let's see if we can give ourselves some presents.
Okay, so are you actually doing a turn at the moment?
No, there's just total record scratch inside.
Sorry about that. Okay, so you make your way down to the ring. As you get into the ring, the lights go down. There's steel guitar starts playing. Dong dong dong, dong 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 dong, down down down, and you see two motorcycles actually come up to the ramp. On the first one is Ace. He's a huge guy on a Harley, and on the one behind you've got Ace and Joe sitting on the bike behind, and there's obvious tension there. There is very obvious tension there. She's actually normally she would come down to the ring actually with her hands around his stomach. She's holding on to the back bar, and you can see she's visibly nervous about this. So they come down to the ring on their Harleys. They ride round the ring. They put them on the stands. They get off. They stand up. They tip back their hats. Yeehaw! And let out a rebel yell and jump into the ring. They take off their hat. They throw it into the audience. They take off their waistcoats, and now they're in their wrestling gear. Ace goes and passes his waistcoat to Joker. Traditionally, she would take them. Ace takes it off, and he literally just throws it into the corner. And she goes over, picks it up, and ducks under the ropes and outside.
Yeesh.
Yeah, I just like look over at you, Kodiak, and like, whoa. Not good.
Okay, the ref called you both into the middle of the ring. Okay, I want a clean fight, especially after what happened in the last match.
What?
Not your fault. You carried him. I realize that. But we need this crowd starting to warm up. We need to keep them getting hotter. And please, let's just get to the finishing line on this one.
Don't worry. All I've been drinking is peppermint tea.
Yeah, I wondered what that smell was.
What? It's refreshing.
But anyway, okay. So it sends you back to your corners.
Rings heard a guy complain about mint. What are you talking about?
He
Jeez.
signals for the bell to ring, and you can see that the dead man's hand are staring at each other. Normally, one of them would actually step forward and actually take the lead. So they've not got out of the ring, and we'll pass control to you two, as they're not speaking and not actually deciding who's going to be the active wrestler. Which one of you two would like to be the active wrestler?
Well, big guy, why don't you get up there and get the crowd focused on you, and I'll see if I can talk some sense into one of these fools.
All right. Make their wishes Christmas wishes come true, Santa. Climb into the ring.
Okay. So as you climb into the ring, Ace will turn around to you, bat off his brother. He basically just goes and turns around and starts moving towards you. Well, come on then. We starting this?
I don't know. Are you in this or not? I'm not sure where your head is.
I'm here. I'm as sure
Don't
as
want
I can
another
be.
mess. Don't want another mess like that last one. I'm kind of circling them, like doing grapple attachments while we're kind of revolving.
Okay. You get him into a headlock, and he goes, "Ain't happening. My mind's on the job."
All right, and then I'm going to try to do the drop with him. Then, if I've got him in the headlock.
Okay. So, can you roll a wrestling move for work, please?
10. So that's a 9.
Okay. So you get a partial success. You can retain control, or you can pass control to your opponent and gain 1 momentum.
I'll pass control to Ace and take the momentum to use later here. And does our momentum carry over between matches?
It does,
as long
yes.
as it's all the same session? Okay.
Yeah, it carries over for the session.
All right.
So Ace goes down. He's bang on the ground. You come up. You reach down to grab him, and he basically pulls your leg out from under you. Springs up. He's quite wiry for such a large man, and he reaches down, has his hands against your throat, and he basically just nuts you really hardly, and it is hard as well. It's not like he's trying to hurt you. It's just like he didn't stop it quite where he should have.
So he's either off his game or he's not controlling his anger super well.
You get that feeling, yes.
So I've circled around the ring, and I'm kind of like not trying to like make a big show of it, but I'm sidling up next to Ace. I'm like, look, what's going on here? Have you apologized to this guy yet, or what?
He sees you there. He's actually on the ring apron, and he sees you come up, and he basically just he clocks you one and jumps down, and he's on the mat. He had you down on the mat outside, and it looks like he's beating you. And while he's actually doing that, it's a rest hold, so you can talk.
It's like I'm like dodging some of these punches, and I'm like, look, I talked to Joker. What's the deal here?
It was, we were both drunk. Nothing happened.
Sure. Easy mistake.
My brother's got a temper on him.
Yeah, no kidding. Try saying you're sorry?
What do you think?
And then I'll kind of like flip him over so now he's on the back. It's like, all right, but look, he's not exactly controlling himself right now,
I know, but he's a professional.
What's it going to take?
He's a professional. He'll deal with it. We've been through worse.
I'll take your word for it.
And we'll cut back to inside the ring.
Okay, so Ace has his hands around my throat. Is that correct?
He has his hands around your throat, and he's literally just headbutted you.
Okay, headbutted me. All right.
Yeah.
So I'm going to kind of like act a little woozy and kind of be stumbling back, pulling him with me towards the turnbuckle, and then I want to drop and like flip him over. Me, if I can, with the momentum.
Okay, by all means. Control passes to you. Can you roll work, please? Excuse me.
Ooh, let's see. So that's a 5, 4. Ooh, I'm gonna spend some momentum, I think, here.
Okay.
I'm gonna spend 3 momentum to get that up to a 7 at least.
Okay. So do you want to retain control, or do you want to gain a momentum and pass control to your opponent?
I'll gain momentum and pass control to Ace so that we can keep this rolling. Try to get the crowd, you know, to at least feel like they're getting a real match.
Okay. So he gets thrown over. He goes down. He looks up, and while he's over there, he reaches behind the turnbuckle and basically pulls off the cover. And
really?
This is your thing, boy, just as it's like mine. We're both hardcore. Let's do this properly.
Oh, man. You are messed up.
This is a normal match for me, boy. Normal match for you, if I remember. Oh, no, you're the monster, aren't you? Sorry.
Yeah, I'm the monster.
Sorry, this is me getting confused between your two roles now.
Well, I'll hop up on our edge of our corner of the ring, and I'll start taking covers off of our corner. This is how you want to do things there?
Let's do this.
I'm like, yep, fine, let's do it.
Okay, this just became a hardcore match.
Okay. Let's see, and he has control, right, still?
He has control. So he runs over to you, he kicks you in the stomach, he grabs your leg, and he tries to whip you into one of the turnbuckles.
All right, I am going to try to twist while he's throwing me to break free.
Okay.
And go into the ropes and do the thing where you like go back into the ropes and come catapulting out with some force and try to just give him the forearm right across the head.
That's fine. You catch him with forearm and he goes bang down into the mat. You can actually see the crowd's actually getting really warm for this now, really hot for this. You can actually see certain people around the edge are actually standing up and starting to shout. And where Kodiak is on the edge, where you and Eights are talking to each other, you've actually got fans leaning over and actually shouting encouragement for the fighting. They're only about 2 foot away from you.
All right, I'll go up to him and put one foot on the back and pull up the arm.
Okay.
Like be pulling it straight and twisting it over, pushing down. And I'm assuming there's some crowd noise with this. And I'm like, man, you got to work stuff out with that girl. Just telling you. And then I'm going to, I'm going to let go of the arm and go climb on the ropes so I can jump down onto him.
Okay. So you keep control. When you're jumping down, what sort of move are you doing?
Gonna jump down with the elbow, where you drop the elbow into the middle of the back.
By all means, in that case, can you roll work, please?
Let's see, 7 minus 1, I believe. So that's a 6. I'll spend my last momentum to get that up to a 7.
Okay.
Wait, I had 2 momentum. Oh, I'll just spend 1. It doesn't make a difference.
Okay.
So what are my choices?
Would you like to retain control, or would you like to pass control to your opponent and gain momentum?
I want to retain control, and I'm gonna go look over to Kodiak, and I'm like, give him the gesture and move over to the corner to tag him in so he can do big hardcore move on.
If you look in the special moves tag, you'll see something in there called a hot tag.
Oh, hot tag. Okay,
yes.
Control, go tag, critical moment, roll plus heat.
Yes. So you should have at least heat of 1 with him. because one's a face and one's a heal. That's any heat that came from your heat questions.
Let's see. Oh. Trying to find where that is on the sheet here. Ah, it's up here. All right. So yeah, he gives. So Tentacular has 2 heat with me, and I have 1 heat with him. So
you roll a +1 because you're
roll
the
a
one making
+1.
the roll.
Okay, got it.
I think it'll be +2 because we're opposing rolls too. So you get 1 from the heat question, then another one from being facing heat.
That's right, yes. So it'd be +2.
All right, so that's a 10.
Okay. So in that case then, the tag is made and you get a double team opportunity on the legal wrestler from the other team. Everyone takes +1 momentum. The new legal wrestler from your team takes control of the match. So both gain +1 momentum. Can you describe what the double team move that you do is?
So I think I slide in under the ropes. I say, all right then, if these gamblers want to play by the laws of nature, Kodiak is here. And we've been kind of working on this move, in the locker room, trying to do something a little bit more dangerous. And I think it's just simply we both grab an arm of the guy and start to like pull him apart.
Oh, the Stretch Armstrong?
Yeah.
Okay. So he says there he's screaming in pain as you're pulling the arms and pulling the arms.
Forgive them. You got to forgive them.
Look, man, if you want to work this out, in the ring, that's fine. I'm here for it. But if you want to make this a real match, you got to decide now.
This is a real match.
To play by the damn rules. And I'll start pretend tugging now. We're kind of at the limit. Now it's just like all acting from here.
Okay. At which point the refs count in 1, 2, 3, 4.
I let go. Move out.
Get
of
up
the
here.
ring.
H jumps up onto the actual ring edge, and you can see he's got a steel chair in his hand.
And I do the like whoa move from over on my side of the ring. Don't do that.
So he's standing there with a steel chair, and his brother turns around. You still have control, Kodiak. So what are you doing?
I see Tentacular kind of letting off, like, yeah, let's give him some more punishment. And I'll kick him off. You're not getting out here so easy. This is hardcore. No tapping out.
Okay, so you're dragging him back before he can actually get to the corner. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's a very traditional thing of actually working the audience in that case, because you're working the audience's expectations. So can you roll plus luck, please?
Sure. Now, I have a move that says when you demonstrate reckless disregard for your own safety and health, substitute real for any stat. So I think I'm going to I want like Ace to be like fighting me through this. Like I think he even like punches me in the mouth, and he's been, pushing things a little bit farther than he should be. So I think I get like a little bit blood in my mouth, and I kind of look at the crowd, and I've got like the bloody white teeth, and I'm like, "We're not done yet here, folks."
By all means, yes. Roll
All
with
right.
real.
Roll with real. Okay, that'll bring it to a 7.
Okay. So when you work the audience on a 7, I've really got to get a better sheet for this.
Good.
Okay, you can you gain +1 momentum.
Sound good.
And drag him back into the middle of the ring.
Very cool. So who has control now?
You currently have control.
Okay. I think I want to. So 8 still has this chair, right?
Yep, that's right.
I'm gonna say, "Come on, bring it over here." Just kind of like egging him on.
Okay, and 8 looks round. He ducks under the ring rope. He goes to move in, and the ref goes over and stands in his way. No, out.
I'm gonna shove the ref out of the ring.
Okay. The ref goes out of the ring. He tumbles to the floor, and he's rolling around as if he's been hurt.
No referees in the woods.
So
I gotta think the crowd is loving this.
Oh, they are. They're really soaking this in. The people around the edges who are getting irate, getting stamped up. They're all on their feet now, and there's cheering and crowd. The crowd is warmed up so much. 8 gets in. He's got the chair. He runs over towards Kodiak and he swings the chair.
He's bringing it with good energy.
Yep, he cracks Kodiak over the head with it.
But I'm feeling like a measured amount of aggression here.
How do you react to it?
Well, I mean, like as a wrestler, like I'm still trying to gauge if 8 is in control, like he was earlier.
8 is totally in control. This is a collapsible chair. It bends. It smarts a bit, but any sort of headshot with a chair smarts a bit.
Yeah. Well, I think I'll sell it then, and I kind of drop to my knees and I'm like coughing but laughing and like, all right, let's do some real wrestling now. And I'm gonna say, Tentacular, turn the screws on these guys.
Okay, so do you want to come into the ring as well, Tentacular?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and slide under the rope and into the ring. Move over and put my back to Kodiak's back.
Okay. So you've got you two. You've got the brothers either side. You have control, Tentacular. What are you doing?
Let's see. Is Ace still down?
Ace is still on the ground, yes.
Well, I'm a heel, so I'm going to go ahead and just take advantage of that and do the power elbow drop onto him right away.
Brilliant. In which case, can you roll work, please, for a wrestling move?
That is a 9, and I'll spend 1 heat to make that a 10, or momentum to make that a 10.
Brilliant. Your options are gain 2 momentum or gain 1 heat with your opponent.
I'll take the 2 momentum.
Brilliant. Okay. So he's on the floor. His brothers tried to come to his aid. You can see that Joker has jumped up onto the ropes behind and is shouting from the ropes. And
I'll go walking over to him and go, gotta work this out with him. Gotta work this out with him. So, and she can slap me or whatever, and they'll think I was taunting.
Yep, she slaps you across the face. Am I taking it you do the whole smug thing back? Oh. At which point she kicks you in the balls.
Oh, sure. We'll do that. And I'll do the hunching over and like maybe even fall down onto the canvas, rocking a bit.
At which point she climbs into the ring.
Awesome. I'll let her have control of that piece
Okay.
because I gotta think that's just good wrestling.
Okay, so the chair that Ace has been dropped as he's now he's actually grappling with Kodiak. So she goes over, she picks up the chair. She picks up the chair, and Kodiak's back to her, and she starts running at him. It pulls the chair back, and at that point, Ace can see what's going to happen, and tries to push you and him out of the way. And as she comes down, Ace is getting up. Bang! And she takes a moment, and you can see on her face she's just mortified. There's blood coming down Ace's face. You can see that he has no idea what's going on. He's literally just gone down to the ground again. He's covering his face, so you can see the blood spurting everywhere from a head wound.
This is really truly messed up.
I'm gonna grab Joka from behind and lift her up and pull her away.
And she's there with her legs flailing, and you can see that she's trying to recover, but she's just shocked about what's happened.
I'm gonna go over and I'm gonna give Ace like a hand up. You know, I say, "That ain't right. your old lady's coming, betrayed you."
He takes the hand up. He looks round, and in the meantime, you can see that Ace has actually picked up the chair.
I'm gonna
Ace is just clocked who's holding the chair.
I'm gonna point at Joka and I'm gonna say, "What you're doing is wrong. You know, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice. Don't get fooled again." And
did you pick that up in the bush?
Yeah. So I thought you were just a clumsy, drunken fool. Now it's pretty obvious you have it out against Ace this whole time.
No, I didn't.
Playing favorites.
What? Ace
Pitting brother against brother.
Ace is looking mad. You can see that his eyes are bloodshot. You can see his blood coming down his face. He's just... And he charges for his brother. And he literally drops him on the floor, and he's wailing into him. And these aren't pull blows. He is literally just beating the proverbial brown stuff out of his brother.
What do you think, Tentacular? Boys will be boys, or what?
Well, I'm gonna drop Joka, I think. See how she reacts to this. And then I'm gonna like close in with you, Kodiak, and like Lena, like, think we gotta finish this for them. Otherwise someone's really gonna get hurt.
Yeah. I have an idea. Oh, go ahead, though.
Oh, no. By all means, go ahead.
I'd like to see what Joker's reaction is first, I guess.
Joker's over there, and she's trying to pull Ace off. And Ace is just... He pushes her back, and she comes up again, and she's trying to pull him off, and she drops down to her knees, and it looks like she's begging. She's begging. And he stops, he turns around, and she's... No, I didn't mean it. It was an accident. It was an accident. It was... And at that point, that's when Ace turns around and gives her the big boot. And she being the manager, she's not a... She's in the ring occasionally. She knows how to take a bump, but bang, she's out. She drops to the floor, and she is in Slumberland. You can see that she's not moving.
I imagine it goes very quiet in the stadium.
Yeah, the crowd did not like that one bit. You can hear there's boos and there's hisses. You can see several of the service members are actually starting to get up and trying to start to climb over the...
I've got an idea, Kodiak.
For
You want to grab
Tentacular.
one head and I grab the other head and we do the coconut?
Coconuts are always good. Oh, man.
Or did you have a move you wanted to do with these guys? You said you had an idea.
Let's do this coconut first. I think this would be great.
Okay, so you have control?
Yep, so we're each like grabbing one of them by the head and we're going to headbutt them into each other.
Okay. So they headbutt. The white face paint on both of them, the skull face paint. One of them just has blood running down. And as their heads meet, the blood flies off and leaves a bloody smear on his brother's face. And they both... And at that point, Ace falls to the ground. And he stops moving.
You have some awful taste, Joker. I'll tell you that much. So I'll get my arms. I'll stand behind Ace and kind of pick him up. And I'm like, Ace, you awake?
He's not moving.
Kind of jiggle him a bit.
His arms, he's dead weight.
Damn.
You can see a spotlight actually comes on the ramp and a new ref is running down.
Oh, God.
The ref is actually Donnie wearing a ref's jacket that's been hastily pulled over his business suit. He slides into the ring. He looks round. He looks at Ace. He looks at Joker, and he crosses his arms.
So real injury.
Yeah.
Or at least, yep.
All right.
Step away.
Drop the guy.
Okay. And the match ends at that point.
Wow. I don't even have a quip.
Relationships sure are messy, aren't they, Kodiak?
Yeah, but didn't expect him to pull off a dirty, underhanded move like that. Man.
Go
I
over
don't know.
to... Go ahead.
And Donnie comes up to you. Are you guys okay?
You sure know how to pick him, Donnie.
Yeah, but man, you put people in the ring that shouldn't be in there.
Yeah, I'm starting to see that.
You really got the dregs for Christmas Day, huh?
Well, these are some of the top stars. I think we're not going to have an event after the Christmas party in future.
It was a stupid party anyways. How about no party next time?
That saves us money. That's fine by me.
Are we still out in the ring?
You're still in the ring. He comes over to you. He lifts one. He grabs both your hands, and he lifts them up into the air.
I shake my hand out, and I grab his headset microphone. I put this thing on. Say, I need to apologize to the brave servicemen and servicewomen of tonight's wrestling match. Tentacular and I, we're a good pair, and we're ready to bring some real wrestling to you. But this guy, and I rip off his referee jacket, he's nothing but a shambling loser. Look at the matches he tries to bring to you. Gage Valley Wrestling, what a disgrace. I think it's time we get some new management around here. I'm trying to do this move here. About breaking kayfabe, yeah.
yeah, but that's definitely breaking kayfabe. Can you roll plus real, please?
Oh yeah. Just re-roll these. Ooh, that's a 10.
Oh, excellent. So you gain an audience.
Very cool.
So
that brings me to 2. I think that's just once you get 4, something happens, right?
once you get 4, you're top of the card, but you also gain an advance.
Cool.
And Donnie grabs back picks up the headset, puts it back on. You, how dare you speak? Hang on, let me get the accent right. You boy, how dare you speak to me like that? I'm your boss. You can't just go around saying stuff like that.
Tentacular comes up.
You're suspended.
Tentacular comes up. Rethink that, Donnie. I'm just gonna like bend down and look him right in the eyes. Rethink that, Donnie. You're gonna punish someone for the truth? That carries, I hope, over his headset.
Yeah, it does. Would you like to roll break kayfabe as well?
Yes, but I'm going to be horrible at this because I'm -2 at real.
Okay.
But I will give it a shot. Oh, that's a 7.
Okay. My sheet doesn't have break kayfabe on it, so let's have a look at the basic moves down here.
You blur the line, gain +2 momentum, and gain 1, or pick 1. Creative books you in a punitive match. The revelation loses you -1 heat with someone, or you lose someone's support backstage.
So Tentacular, which would you like?
Well, I think I would like to be booked into a punitive match by Donnie. And he'll probably claim he had no choice whatsoever about it.
No. Fine. I'll take that back. If he can beat you. Kodiak, you're suspended, but then I'll consider taking you back.
I make eye contact. It's like, I don't know, Tentacular. I got starving kids at home. Why do you think I'm working on Christmas? My cubs need me.
Sure, if you think you can do it, be my guest.
So Donnie takes back the ref's jacket, does it up again, and signals for the bell to ring.
Okay.
And we'll say that Tentacular has control to start.
All right. What's our out of character? What's our time looking like here? What are we thinking?
We've got another 40 minutes.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
Okay. Yep.
Let's
We
do
should
it.
be able to wrap this up in that. Maybe have a nice little epilogue. All right. So Tentacular is gonna like do some chest beating and then just come charging at you and try to do a flying drop kick.
All right.
Okay, so in which case then, can you roll plus work, please? For a wrestling move.
7, and that is this one's 6. So I'm going to spend 1 momentum to get that up to a 7.
Okay, and would you like to keep control of the match, or would you like to gain a momentum and pass it to your opponent?
I'll take the momentum and pass it control over to Kodiak.
Okay, so Kodiak, Tentacular runs over to you and delivers a drop kick.
Yeah,
How do you
I
react?
think it gives us enough force to take us back into the ropes. And I say, we gotta make Gage Valley look like crap. We gotta make this one really over the top. We gotta give him something good. So
Bring it.
let's make this a bit more acrobatic. So I'm gonna like have his like knee kind of in my gut, and I'm gonna try to lift it up and flip him back over.
Okay.
Back somersault.
Okay. So you're doing a backdrop then. Okay. Can you roll plus work, please?
Sure. Oh, no, that's a 3.
Okay. In which case, then, can you lose one momentum and well, you pass one momentum to Tentacular, and Tentacular gains control. Tentacular, can you describe how that botched?
So when Kodiak grabbed me by the knee to lift me up and flip me over him, my other knee accidentally clipped him under the chin and knocked him back. And I still went over, and with my trailing foot then hitting the shoulder, caused him to fall over backward. And I land standing facing away from Kodiak. And I'm going to turn around, and I'm going to attempt a feat of strength here and try to lift Kodiak up above me to do a full slam, because he's huge, and I figure that's got to be pretty impressive.
By all means, yes, that would definitely be an impressive feat of strength. Are you doing the whole gorilla press thing?
Yeah. So I rolled a 5 plus 2 from my power would be a 7, and I think I'll go ahead and spend 3 momentum. Take that up to a 10. Make it spectacular.
So gain either +1 heat or gain +2 momentum.
I'll take +1 heat.
Okay.
With Kodiak.
Okay.
So how does heat factor into this?
Heat can be used if you go to any singly impressive moves with each other. Anything that's large spot, you can roll heat instead of rolling your normal stat.
Okay.
Also, if you wrestle a match with someone with who you have heat for, you also gain +1 audience.
Oh, okay.
And Tentacular, after doing that power drop on him, is just going to kind of walk around the ring, you know, doing that, like what Ric Flair would have done after pulling some sort of scummy move, where he's like parading to the audience and stuff. And I'm trying to give Kodiak the chance to get back up and get ready to do a move.
Okay. Well, you pass control to Kodiak. Normally, you'd be able to work the audience there, but unfortunately, due to earlier in the night, the crowd actually start chanting, Kodiak, 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 Kodiak. And it's only at that point when you look up, you notice the badge for the actual air base is of a Kodiak bear.
Oh, no.
So it's actually a Kodiak bear with a bomb up on its shoulder.
So I think that the camera is kind of showing that emblem there, and then that's when Kodiak's going to kind of come into the frame, getting ready to do a power bomb on Tentacular.
Okay. So in which case then, can you are you making this a big, overly impressive one? Or are you relying on your actual wrestling ability? Or are you relying on pure strength for this?
This, I think, is sort of like a technical thing, because this is almost like, you know, like Kodiak sees the camera's position and he sees this emblem and he's like, this is going to be a cool shot. So this is all technical thinking.
Okay. Given that this is such a cool spot, I'd actually say that's something that's probably something you may have talked about ahead of time. So would you like to roll heat with that?
It's exactly one of the moves we talked about this week in training.
Right. As soon as we'd seen the spot. So that's going to be an 11.
Okay, so you hit it huge time. As you lift him up to actually about to powerbomb him, it actually the camera shot has you in front and the airbase's badge painted on the gym wall in the background in exactly the same position.
Right.
So you come down, bang, and the crowd get to their feet. They're cheering, they're clapping. Would you like to have +1 heat, or would you like to have 2 with Tentacular, or would you like to have 2 momentum?
Let's do heat.
Okay.
We're developing this rivalry here.
Okay, you still have control then.
Okay.
So, what's your next move?
So the power bomb is where you like pick somebody up and drop them on their head, kind of looking thing, right?
It's like a pile driver.
Yeah, it's normally onto their back. So they go up and then normally be dropped down straight onto their back. The one where you drop them on the head is a pile driver.
Okay. So I've dropped him onto his back, and I kind of land on my butt, but I kind of like am reaching for my tailbone, like that's sore. You know, I don't want it to look like I got out of this unscathed myself. So I'm kind of taking a moment to get up off the mat and giving Tentacular some time to recover too.
Okay, so pass control back to Tentacular.
Tentacular is like kind of like slapping his arms on the mat and sits up and doing the whole woozy thing, and then kind of get up on one arm and look at him and like, not cool, bro. And stand up, and I'm gonna go in for a clinch and see if I can drop him, like hook a leg behind him and just drop him onto his back in an attempt to pin him. So just a traditional move, I think.
Okay, so roll plus work.
10. I can't believe it. I pulled this off.
You hit it big. You get him down onto his back. The crowd who were behind him see it, and they start booing. And Donnie comes down and 1,
all right,
2,
good
and
work.
as his hand's coming down for the 3rd time.
Yep. Do you want to flex up?
Yeah, I'll kick out here. Yeah.
When you're flexing up, would you like to accidentally catch Donnie while you're doing it?
Yeah.
Okay. As you flex up, your hand comes up as his head's coming down, and and he goes stumbling back into the ropes. And
and I fly off of Kodiak, and I'm like, kind of like, what is it going to take to get this guy down? It's a force of nature.
Yeah, so I think, I'm feeling this is a great match. It's time for us to cinch this up in like a really perfect way. So I think I want to start like grappling with you, and once we get in close, I'm kind of going to explain the plan here a little bit. Is there like a move for like when we work something out?
Yeah, that's plus heat.
Just plus heat, just if we describe it that way.
Yeah, basically you roll with plus heat, which your heat normally is much higher than your normal stats.
Yeah, so we got up to a +3 now. So say, all right, take me into the life drain, and I'm going to turn around and put you in the bear hug. Okay, we're kind of wrestling like that. So you start to grab me with all of your limbs, and then I think it's just like a breakout of the chains, and I spin around and pick you up, and I'm lifting you up off the ground, even though you're bigger than me, and I'm just sort of like almost like doing like a back cracking type position here. I've got you ready to do the finishing move here.
Okay. Well, would you like to roll plus heat then, please, for a wrestling move?
Heck yes. Oh, I thought it was boxcars, but still 11.
Okay, so again, the move hits hard. You sell it so well. The natural chemistry between you two. The crowd just loves seeing you go up against each other. Would you like to have +1 heat with Tentacular, or would you like +2 momentum?
Let's take it to 4.
Okay.
Heat.
And at this point, I will let you know that Kodiak is actually down to win this match. He is booked to win this match.
Yeah, I say go for the finishing move. I'm You've got me all wrapped up and everything already. It sounds like a perfect time for the bear hug.
Cool.
Okay. So can you roll your finisher then, please?
Indeed. Let's see if I have 3 momentum to spend if it doesn't go well. So it's a 5. So I'll spend 2 to bring it up to a 7.
Okay.
For me, they make you work for it. Choose you win clean, and you both gain momentum, or sacrifice your body to make it happen. Gain with 1 heat with them. I think I'm just going to go ahead and win clean.
Okay.
We'll both gain +1 momentum.
Okay. So, Tentacular, can you describe what actually happens from your end? He's got the bear hug on you. It's cinched in.
Yep, and you see my shoulders just rippling with muscle as I struggle to get free. And he actually has a really good grip on me, so I can really push and make muscles pop for the audience. And I do that, you know, and then you just kind of see me slump and like he's almost knocked me out or whatever.
So Donnie will come over. You can see there's a little bit of blood in his mouth from where he got hit earlier. He looks down. He raises your arm. 1. He raises Tentacular's arm again. 2. He stops. He looks at Kodiak. He basically he looks up to heaven and asks, "Why me?" He reaches for the arm again, lifts it, and drops it. And as soon as it goes down that 3rd time, the ding, ding, ding bell goes, and the crowd just goes wild. The crowd are cheering up. You hear, Kodiak, 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 Kodiak.
Now that was real wrestling.
I see Tentacular get up, and I'm like acting woozy and all confused, going, "What? Is it over?"
Donnie's just takes off the ref shirt, throws it down into the middle of the ring, and
Hope
starts
you learned something today, Donnie.
Starts walking his way up the actual ramp. You can hear the actual crowd are booing him. Boo. Loser. 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 Donnie loser. He stops. He looks at the crowd. He extends the bird to everyone, gaining some cheap heat himself, and then walks out into the actual walks out behind the ring. Walks out backstage. And the crowd are going absolutely wild. And we will actually cut to the epilogue at this point. Okay, so the show's wrapped up. The stadium's empty. You can see the all the wrestlers are brought out to the actual ring itself. You can see that the dead man's hand aren't there, but Joe Carr is. So she's there minus the 2 brothers. It's clear that she's been crying. You can see that Mickey Finnegan isn't there. And Donnie's sitting on the ring apron. It's been a tough night, boys and girls. We're not doing this again. We've been asked not to come back. Although, Kodiak, the commanding officer of the base has asked if he can have some pictures taken with you for the base wall and for the newsletter. So there is that. Thank you for putting up with it. I'm going to have a word with some people after this. Next year, no party. Kodiak. He reaches up pulls out one of the teeth that was actually hanging. Souvenir. And throws it to you.
Donnie, I'll take my 200 as a souvenir, please.
He reaches into his wallet. He actually has a money clip.
Of course he does.
He'll throw you the money clip.
I have to peel off my share and then pass it over to
when you open
Kodiak.
it, you notice it's a prop. It's the prop that he actually uses.
Oh crap.
The money will be in your pay packet as usual.
Throw it back at him.
So there's just one last thing. And Professor, I think you wanted this? Oh, yes. I've been trying to shoot the Kodiak all night. All night, I say. He takes out a camera. Everyone say cheese. And we will end it there.
Now
That was
that's
brilliant.
a Kodiak moment.
Oh, ow, mortal wound.
That was brilliant.
So I think for an epilogue scene for Kodiak, you see him like walking up to this cave. It's kind of clear that it's like actually like a cement facade. Like this isn't a real cave, but
Okay.
it's, you know, we're all pretending because this is wrestling. This is a real cave, and these three like bear cubs come out, and he like has a raw steak, and he's like, "Daddy's brought home Christmas dinner." He's throwing it out to the bears, and there's some like cuddling, and you see one of the bears like gets a little aggressive, and the camera kind of cuts away because these are real animals.
Okay, and Tentacular, would you like to have your epilogue?
Yeah, I think what we've got is the camera shooting down from above, and it's a cheap set. You can tell that they're styrofoam rock stills, and Tentacular's in the middle of it, of course, with his upper body uncovered, so you can see all the mystic symbols, and you see that he's got like a knife, and it's got what looks like a cat or something there on a little fake stone altar. And you see him, next time, let me win. I need the power. And then the fake stab into the obviously stuffed cat, if you look close enough. And then some flashing lights, and then it cuts away.
Okay, at which point it will have a warning notice put up. We have received a notice from Peter that they are unhappy with this presentation. No animals were harmed in the making of this presentation, only humans.
Oh man.
I think maybe for like a final scene, you see like Mama Bear's walking by. She's got this big fur coat on, and as she walks by, you see she has Ace under one arm, and he's kind of like walking him around and looking at him all like dolefully or whatever. And then you see Ace like Joker walks by with Ace, and they're kind of holding hands, and they look at him sheepishly, and he starts to like turn to watch them like walk past, and then Mama Bear like claps him hard against the back of his head. It kind of like he's kind of sheepishly like follows her lead. So.
Okay, that's brilliant. That's brilliant.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's the session.
That was a lot of fun.
Okay.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that.
It's a bit hard to run Worldwide Wrestling for two people. Normally, you need to get more people to get the matches going between each other.
Yeah, and then having a third person who can do the narration, the commentary easily. So that like when we were up against each other, we couldn't really have the color commentary. So
yeah. Having said that, though, this session was very much meant to be something that's based around the storylines with the results of the Christmas party. So so a lot of that got out, and I'm quite happy with that. Well, I'm very happy with how
cool.
it went. So originally I had planned, we had the whole opening match, which was always going to be Professor Chaos actually hunting Santa.
He was wild.
But Professor Chaos is one of these characters that's a face when he needs to be a face and a heel when he needs to be a heel, because he's just chaos. He's just, oh, you never know what I'm going to do. And then of course the relationships trouble and Mickey as well. So thank you. I enjoyed this a great deal. I got to put on lots of silly voices, and
I really enjoyed the voice work,
and even drooled a little bit. So that's always a win.
Always a win when you got spittle coming out. That's true dedication. And one of the great advantages of playing online. So there you go.
Yeah.
Thank you. I've very much enjoyed this, and
yeah, I had a great time. That's my first time playing worldwide wrestling. I really enjoyed it, and now I want to get into another game with it. So
well,
there's so many great mechanisms at play that really work together well. So it's cool.
I do have space in the second Gage Valley game that I'm running in January. I think that's on the 21st, which is a Sunday.
Oh.
So if you two are interested, there's 2 spaces there, and I'd be happy to have you in. Bring the same characters.
Yeah, I think I'll go out to Firebase and take a slot for that.
I'll keep that in
mind.
Now that
I kind of feel like I got a handle on it.
Well, thank you very much. I think it's getting close to 10 o'clock here now, so I think I'm going to call it a day there.
All right.
I hope you had a very happy Christmas, and I hope you have a very Merry New Year.
Yeah, happy holidays.
Or the other way around. Hope you had a very Merry Christmas and a very Happy New Year. I do that occasionally. Or Hanukkah, or Kwanzaa, or whatever people may, or the Winter Solstice, or whatever people may celebrate. Happy holidays.
Thanks.
Happy
You
holidays
too.
to all.
All right, guys. It was great seeing you. Take care.
Thank you, guys. Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Bye.